Well, hello. I am back with another Too Tall Toby exercise. I actually avoided this one, for the last couple of days because I saw it was a tier 6 and I hadn't done a lot of these Too Tall Tobies while I've been recording. The last one I did was almost pathetically easy. That was the oops, I don't know how I did that. Yeah, it was this part, which is basically like an extruded T. So we're gonna swing for the fences this time. This is called a receiver. It's a tier 6. It's called a swoopy lofty. I've never heard that term before. And just a couple interesting things in here that I saw. It's going to use the loft tool, which is if I recall correctly, it's a way of connecting two sketches essentially with a material. Shell is sort of like, digging out the guts of a extruded shape, leaving a wall. Slot tool has not been my friend lately, but maybe it'll be my friend for this one. Yeah, let's give it a shot. This could be a long video, we'll see. Oh wow, okay. What do I see here? I'm seeing a few interesting things. One is, this is probably not going to be one that's going to have like a sketch that just solves it for you out of the box with an extrude. I'm gonna have to basically create a few interspersed pieces, and then extruded, a cylinder. We're gonna have to attach an extruded cylinder with a hole in it into the side of that. Extrude this, and then here's the loft. This is a slot that's lofted to a circle, which I'm pretty sure that Fusion can kind of do for me pretty easily. And then we have these interesting protrusions happening. What I'm kind of thinking is I'll probably create the holes and then extrude some circles inward after I've shelled. Otherwise the shell will get confused with like these thick parts here, I'm pretty sure. Unless there's a way of telling the shell not to go to the very end, but I don't know if I know how to do that. I'm wondering if we actually want to make this whole thing and shell it and then work on like the different pieces, including this top part. Does it give us overall height? Use guide curves. Interesting. Saying use guide curves. I don't know if we're going to need that. With Fusion out of the box, but watch me eat my words. Okay, so we do have an overall height. The reason I was asking that was if I did want to do a shell in the beginning, and then work on everything at the end. This kind of gives me the overall shape to create first, to then shell, and then to work on the other pieces. faces. I think I'm going to go with that strategy. So I'm going to start on first is this bottom cylinder. So let's go ahead and do that. This is in millimeters. Where does it define the size of this? Oh, there you go. Does it have a radius for these? Oh, 80. Okay. All right. Extrude that up to 62. That's 45 degrees. Does it give us a height of this middle piece here? It gives us a height of this. It gives us a diameter of this. And it gives us a radius, so it doesn't have to tell us the height. We just have to know that with this 45 degree angle, with a 55 radius, what I'll end up doing probably is just creating a 55. Let's try this out. What I'm thinking about doing is just creating a cylinder shooting off from this plane here, and then through a sketch just connecting a 45 degree angle there. There's probably a smarter way to do that. I'm wondering if there's loft, but does loft let you define your angle? No. I don't know of a way of saying create. Well, I guess I could do a cone. Does it have cone? Cylinder. How does it have a torus and not a cone? All right, let's try this. We're gonna do a sketch. And then we are going to do the profile. Actually, we could just do the intersection of this. And then we're going to do a 45 degree angle here. Whoops, I don't want to spline. coincidence on each other or no? That's interesting. Oh, we don't have a coincidence on these. Why am I listening to Christmas music? So why are these able to move? I wanted this to be coincident with this. I want this to be coincident with this to be coincident with this. I think at this point this shouldn't be able to move. Yeah, okay. And now it's just a matter of revolving this around Z. The profile, wait, what does it say? Oh, I should have done I messed that up. I messed that up big time. Because we really just want this line here down to there. Okay. And then we'll revolve this. And then I'm going to extrude a cylinder from I hope I'm able to select that this face. Let's try it. I mean, one thing I could do, given I don't know what I'm doing, is just do this as a new body for now. That way I can select this face. Let's just do that. And then we're going to do this as a 55. Actually, no, I'm making this hard for myself. I am making this hard for myself. We'll join that back. And then we will do a sketch on this face. Size 55. And we will then extrude this up, join to, oh, I hit it right on the money, minus 100. Can I just like, boom, delete that? Okay. Okay, next we need to do an offset plane. This is so interesting because it's not giving me the heights of these levels. it's only giving me the height of this, which will then define the height of this as it intersects with this cone. Kind of annoying. Do I know how wide this is? Is it really not even going to tell me how wide? Oh, 100. Okay. That actually helps me out a little bit. Let's do a sketch. We'll do it on this plane. And we will project this guy. And this is just to figure out where the slot goes in my mind. So if we have a line going out 30 degrees, 30 degrees. Do 100 for now, or just delete that. And then we have some line that's horizontal, and it is some distance from the top. We'll call it 182. And then there's going to be another line coming down that's 100 away. Let's do a vertical line. And this line is 100. So we can break this one. Break this one. This must remain horizontal. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Oops. Can set this. I feel like I'm breaking all the rules. We can break this. Get rid of that. This this remain vertical. We want to keep this aligned with the origin, which is, there we go. So this, break this as well. Keep this. Let's break this one. Okay, so that's locked in. So now if we do a line at this point across to here, that is basically where we need to start the slot. Trick is, like, how do I get a plane at that precise? I suppose we know I suppose I could create a plane at a 182 offset and then connect it up to this top line and then extrude down. Let's try it. I'm kind of just playing at this point. Is there another way of doing a slot where I select the outer edge? And if we do a center to center slot, and then I say that this needs to be tangent do an intersection? Does it actually intersect? That point intersects. It also seems to intersect. Maybe it's better to do. I wish I could create a slot defining. I guess there's a center point slot, so let's do that. Center point slot. That actually makes more sense. We can do a construction line from the origin to this edge and define that as 200 over 2. What did I just... I don't know what this point means. I don't think it's coincident with this. Sketch geometry is overly constrained. All right, so let's get rid of this first. Let's just make sure this is coincident with this line. Okay, I can't do that either. Can I make this coincident with this? Oh shit. Okay. Does that measure out right? It does. Okay. Well, let me finish the sketch. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Tom. So we want to make sure that it is 70 wide. Wide. I think that's all we need to do for the step I'm trying to do, which is just create the shell. I think that's right. I suppose it's something we can come back to. All right, so if we extrude this down, can we extrude it to something? Distance to object. Holy shit. I mean, here's where I thought the loft command is just going to make this so much easier. We'll see. Loft that to that. Wait, what happened to the loft? Loft that to that. It said, hint, use guide curves. I guess I have a guide curve. I mean, that didn't change anything on this side. It just royally screwed up the other side. I'm gonna leave it. So that's our overall shape. So now I think the trick is to shell this bad boy. So is it all one body? Holy shit, really? Okay. So let's shell it. Oh, I did whole. It's like, that's not how shell usually looks. Inside thickness is going to be 3. Let's get an analysis going. Which is the section analysis. Just to cut plane. I mean, I think that looks great. Now let's add some features to it. So on the right side, we're going to add this little protruding cylinder. I'm just trying to figure out how we determine how high up it is. There's a line here, but I can't tell what the line. Oh, 25 from the center. Okay. So we're going to look at this from, I suppose, the back. Let's hide the analysis. And then I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. We could do an offset plane from here. That is 53 away. sketch on this new offset plane. And I'm going to create a circle on this axis that is 40. And we'll set the distance of the center of this to 25. And then we'll extrude this into and we're not going to cut, we're going to join to object. So I think if we do that, it won't affect the shell. And then we can do a hole in the center of this, which we've learned recently we can do pretty easily because it'll just sort of latch on. The distance we're going to do is to the inside of here. And the width of this will be 20. I don't think the hole or the angle matters in this case. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't, oh yeah, that looks good. We could do another section, whoa. We can do another section analysis just to be sure everything looks good. That looks like the freaking picture, doesn't it? Okay, last but not least, I'm going to do these holes first. I'm going to do the holes first, and then I'm going to extrude into the inside of this, around those holes. So let's go to the top face. For whatever reason, I don't like this orientation. And this thing's doing that thing where it doesn't show me my... Oi. What's going on with you? There it goes. Okay, now just let me sketch. There we go. Okay. I'm kind of regretting not mirroring. Ah, I am kind of regretting that. Because I'm going to have to do this circle and this circle, even though they're identical. It's just like a lot of extra work. Yeah, I'll just do it. And then I can contemplate at the end how I could have done that differently. Okay, so we're gonna do a sketch out from the origin, 130 over 2. It's just a construction line. And another one, 130 over 2. It's a construction line. That's to get our center points for the circles, or the holes. So let's go ahead and create the holes. Let's turn on this analysis. It'll make it a little easier to see the inside of this. We'll say distance to this. Okay. Then we'll do another hole based on this sketch. I'll do 2 again. Okay. One more hole. I'm just doing 2 just in case. Oh, whoops. That one should have been, what were these? It should have been 35. Yeah, that's 35. This is 35. And the center is 25. Okay. Now we are going to create some offsets and extrude. So let's do another sketch. We can do them all on this one. So we'll do some projections. We'll project this guy, this guy, this guy. And then I'm going to do an offset. Actually, I don't need an offset. I'm just going to create a circle. And that is going to be 55. 45. And 55 again. Now this should be pretty easy. We're just going to extrude these. Actually, I'm going to get my section analysis in again. We're going to extrude this profile this sketch. We'll grab this profile. Go down. Oops, wrong profile. That one. Go down 10. Join. And again. Down, join, 10. It should look really close to that guy. Ooh. Okay. So we need to go back in time here. And we're going to extrude this down, join. Six. Now let's hope we can just replay all of this. Not quite. See where things got messed up. Our holes. I'm gonna try something here. Alright, so if we fast forward. This thing is not thick enough. I'm annoyed that I missed that. Where did this hole come from? Oh, okay, got it. And what is this sketch? I don't think we even need that sketch. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so this is where we'll do it. I'm gonna do it what I just did. I'm gonna figure out what went wrong. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna judge ourselves for it. We're just gonna do it. And we're gonna do it one at a time. Okay. I mean, Every time I make that noise, it's me, my thighs slapping the bottom of my desk. I need to fix that. Oh, I missed one. What the heck, Tom? That looks a lot like the drawing now. This is what I'm definitely going to watch an expert video on and see how I could have simplified. I think like going up on an offset plane, doing the slot. Well, first off, like, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's just weigh this bad boy and see if we're even close. First, we gotta get the material. MMGS, ABS. We've got ABS. Physical material. There we go. ABS, too tall, Toby. This is one of those where, like, I think if I don't have it right, I may end up calling it a video because debugging this will be just devastatingly hard. So everyone say a prayer for me. Kept it under an hour. .193. Wow. Holy crap. Wow. All right. It took us a long time, but we got there. I'm always so happy when I get it my first time. Always so happy. It's the most satisfying thing in the world. Pretty cool. Now, just thinking about the strategy I took, would I do anything differently? I'm really happy with the fact that I shelled in the beginning, because if I had shelled at the end, all of this stuff over here would have been messed up. This would have been messed up. So getting the overall shape, shelling, I missed this 6 thickness extrusion that I should have done prior to doing the holes in the top. I think I executed on this protruding cylinder really well by doing the offset plane, creating the extruded cylinder to the object and then doing the hole. I'm happy with that one. The only thing I'm uncertain on is the steps I took to figure out this shape. To then basically figure out where this point was so that I could then do a slot on an offset plane, extrude it down to that point, and then do the loft. I don't know if that's the right order of operations. There might be a faster way to do that. But hey, we got there. If you actually watch this, you're insane because it was very boring and me mumbling the whole time, but there we go. Ciao.